Greetings and salutations, good people of the internet. My name is Big Lou, and welcome to my workshop. We have a very special guest in the shop today. This is Emma. Go ahead, say hi. No, it's all right, they're fine. Oh, she's shy, I'll introduce you. Anyway, Emma is a 24,000 BTU DIY Mr. Cool mini split. She is going to be instrumental in making my life in the workshop incredibly more livable, because she's going to cool this place down and keep the humidity under control, because my shop doesn't have any climate control until now. So, Emma, thank you for being here. Emma? Why Emma? Why not Victor? If it's a Mr. Cool unit, you know, Victor for Mr. Freeze. Well, Emma, it's Emma, like Emma Frost, you know, from the X-Men. Emma Frost? Wait, Emma Frost is a telepath. She doesn't even have any cold powers. No, I know. That's what makes it funny. Besides, Emma Frost is like a smoking hot, badass chick. That's what makes it funny. That's what makes it lame, is more like it. You could have named her Caitlin for Killer Frost. Smoking hot, badass, cold powers. You could have named her Jaina for Jaina Proudmore. Smoking hot, badass, cold powers. You could have named her... No. No. It's my shop. It's my mini split. That's going to be the end of it. Now, would you please just...
Let it go, let it go.
Damn, son, you went there? Okay. You and Emma have fun. I hope y'all don't get a copyright strike for that little stunt. I'm gonna go back inside so I don't feel the wrath of the mouse for that one. Woo, buddy. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so before we get started actually installing this thing, let's get a couple of things out of the way. Number one, this is how you install a Mr. Cool ductless mini split video. I am not an HVAC installation expert, professional, whatever. I am not affiliated with Mr. Cool in any way. There are plenty of videos on their website and on their YouTube channel about how you do it officially. I am just some schmuck in a garage that bought a DIY thing from Home Depot. I spent my own money at Home Depot, and I'll be paying it off over the next 18 months with no interest. Thank you very much, Home Depot. Anyway, with all that being said, let's get started. Step number one is going to be mounting the head unit, at least based on the directions. And the directions that come with the unit are pretty extensive. They're very well done, and I'm very impressed with the directions that I've been perusing so far. Following along with them to see what the end result are is going to be a different matter. If I'm able to actually do it, I think I'm pretty good at following directions, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, step number one is going to be getting the head unit up on the wall. I know that I want the top of the head unit to be even with the window that's on this far, with the bottom of the window that's on this far wall, which is going to put that at about 103 inches. So that means that I've got the template. Hang on. Mini Split comes with this really cool template that lays out exactly where you need to put all the hole placements for the mounting bracket and the hole that goes through the wall, everything that you need for the layout for mounting the head unit up on the wall. So I have a friend coming over that's bigger and stronger than I am, who's going to be helping me put this up on the wall. I definitely recommend having a second pair of hands to help get this thing up on the wall. While I'm waiting on him to get here, I'm going to clear out some of this space so that when he gets here, all we have to worry about is actually laying it out, drilling some holes, getting this thing up on the wall, and then we can worry about putting the compressor unit on the outside. We'll get to that when the time comes. Let's get to work. And just like that, it's done. I was a bad YouTuber. I didn't get as much coverage of me, I say me, It was really more my buddy Tom. And Tom, I can't thank you enough for everything that you did helping me get this thing up on the wall, because as much weight as I've lost and as much more in a healthier place as I am, ladders are still not something I'm real comfortable with. And he was a absolute legend just helping me get this thing done. I did get some footage of us getting this thing up on the wall. Now, I will go ahead and walk you through what we did. The template that comes with it is a game changer. It's outstanding. The problem that we ran into is that the studs in my garage are 16 on center, as is standard in most household construction. The template is from where the bracket here says to screw in this hole to where it says to screw into this hole is like 22 inches, which is not standard. So luckily, the template or the mounting plate has a bunch of holes all over the place that you can mount to. And on top of that, it's not that thick. It's pretty thin. It's nice and strong, but it's not that thick. So you can find where you're going to mount to and still screw through it into the studs. So what we did is into the studs here and here, we lined this one up with the studs, and we used these number 8 2.5 inch construction screws to mount it on this side, and we found where the stud lined up in the middle here and just boom, boom, and had on the studs. And then where these are, we used these drywall anchors, and these screw into the wall. My buddy Chris from A Glimpse Inside did a really good video on testing the durability and the strength of these, and I will link to that in a card right up here, and you can go watch that to see how strong this is. This is rated for 75 pounds of pull down, and that thing is really not that heavy. It's, I don't know, maybe 30 pounds, if that. It's just awkward getting it up on the wall. So it's not going anywhere, and we're very, very confident that it's going to be perfectly secure with all of the screws that we put into it. As we said in what we did film, I like not going anywhere. I've been talking about this enough. It's up on the wall. There's a bunch of other videos about how to mount this up on the wall on Mr. Cool's YouTube channel. You can go find that there if you want a more detailed how to install a mini split. Like I said, I'm just a schmuck in a garage kind of walking you through how we did things, and that's how we did things. So let's go ahead and move on to the mounting the compressor unit on the outside, and that's a whole different animal. All right, so this is the kit that I bought from a company called Ductless Air. This is the bar that mounts up onto the wall, and these are the arms that will fold down like that, and the AC unit will mount here, and this will bolt to the wall. This will mount to this guide rail, and it will bolt, that will bolt to the wall, and these will bolt to the wall as well, and it will all be nice and secure. This is the hardware that came with the unit to mount it to the wall. It's these anchor bolts plus these giant lag screws and washers. This won't work in the brick that I have. I mean, it might work, but I'm not going to chance it. So what I've done is I've gone and bought some 5/16 Tapcons at 2 1/4 inches. And these will work in the brick just fine. So let's go ahead and take all this outside, and we'll get started mounting it. Well, I didn't think that one through. All right, so what did we learn? Well, we learned that if you're going to use a connector or fastener that is not the one that comes with the kit that you're buying, make sure that all the parts work and everything works, not just that the washer and the thing line up through the holes. The footage that I'm got on the screen right now, and I'm probably going to put it full screen so you can see, is that the arms that slide onto the top rail don't go, there's not enough clearance with the head of those Tapcons. And I didn't even think about that. I just assumed, it's what happens when you assume, that any lag bolt would have enough clearance. Lag bolts, Tapcons, same type of, idea, but I didn't even think that the head of a Tapcon would need more torque in order for... Anyway, it didn't fit. So what did I do? And I didn't film a whole lot of this because, number one, it's really hot out here and I just wanted to get it done before it rains. Number two, you already saw me drill holes in brick. We don't need to see it again. I undid it, re-drilled the holes a little bit higher up, and I drilled the center hole first, slid the arms on, and then I drilled the two on the side so that the arms were already on, and then I could position the arms and drill the holes for the arms, which is what I'm getting ready to do now. So let's go ahead and get that done. Also, can I just say for the record how cool Tapcons are? Because when you buy them in the package, not only does it tell you what size it is, it also tells you, wait, not the package, not this package, some packages, but on the drill bit, it'll show you what size the drill bit you need for what corresponding Tapcon you're using. This is not the right size. They're color-coded. The red ones go with the red ones. This is the yellow one, and I've got that drill bit already in my drill, which is why these don't match. Anyway, let's drill. Okay, now that the mounting bracket is securely mounted to the wall, and it is securely mounted using those Tapcon bolts that we got, we're going to go ahead and get this compressor unit up on that mounting bracket. And I've got some reinforcements coming to help me lift this thing because it weighs about 125 pounds. It is a monster. So the pads for the feet that came with the Mr. Cool are these rubber feet pads that are meant to, absorb any vibrations if you're mounting it on a solid base, either a concrete pad or one of those, pads that you can buy aftermarket. They're not meant to be used with the type of mounting arms that we bought. Luckily, the mounting bracket that we bought came with its own feet, and that's what these are. This is got bolt ends on both sides. You can see like that with this rubber feet part in the middle. It's not connected in the middle, and it's for anti-vibration so that when the unit is running, it's not going to vibrate off the wall, which is a good thing. The nuts that came with it, and you can't really see it, they're nylon compression nuts. As you tighten down on them, the nylon will compress and it will keep it from backing off as the unit vibrates and runs over the course of time, over the lifetime of the unit, so that we can keep it from falling off the mounting bracket, which also is a good thing. So let's go ahead and get these in place while I wait for my reinforcements, and then we can get this thing mounted and finish up all of the piping and connections, and then we can talk about the electrical. Hey guys, while I've got your attention here, before we go outside and I go over the final hookups of the plumbing and stuff like that, I just want to take a minute and say thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me. And if you want to show some support for the channel, hit that subscribe button. That's the biggest way you can show your support. Give this video a like, because I know you're liking this video. You watched it this far, and I know from the comments and stuff that people leave in my videos that you like what I'm doing, and it means so much to me that you're here. But enough of me selling myself. Let's go outside and we'll go over the final hookups, and then we can turn this thing on and we can get cool in here because it's hot. It's really hot. All right, let's go. Okay, so we are all hooked up and we are ready to go ahead and do our final checks and tests and make sure that everything is good to go before we actually turn it on. And I just want to reiterate that, okay, cards on the table. I didn't show any of the electrical hookup because I didn't do any of the electrical hookup. I have a cousin, Chris. Thank you so much, my cousin, who is a master electrician. Yes, this unit is a DIY unit. However, the electrical requires a dedicated 220 volt or 230 volt, whatever. It requires its own dedicated line that will turn you into a
Sparky Sparky Boom Man!
Wait.
You know, I'm starting to think that name doesn't quite fit.
Anyway, it's dangerous. If you don't know what you're doing with electricity, don't do it. Get someone that knows what they're doing or hire it out. Luckily, I'm in a position that I know someone in my family that has a lot of electrical experience that I could rely on to take care of that portion for me. So, that's what I did. Disclaimer out of the way. The line set down at the bottom, as I said at the beginning of this video, Mr. Cool's website and their YouTube channel has a lot more detailed instructions on how to do it, more so than just me futzing around in my garage. If you're interested in a more detailed explanation on how to do it, they have it, but the instructions that come with the unit are very self-explanatory. They lay it out exactly how to do it. It is very, very easy to take care of and just get it done. I was able to do it, no big deal. So yeah, let's go inside and get cool, because it's hot out here and I'm ready to have air conditioning in my garage. So I'm going to put this last cover in place over on top of the line set down there. Oh, one last thing. I did have to get some additional insulation for the tubing down there because I just needed to. It just didn't cover everything, and I just wanted to make sure that everything was all insulated and covered, and yeah. Anyway, let's go get cool, because I'm hot. I don't like being hot. Where'd the remote go?
You want this, don't you? The heat is swelling in you now. Now witness the firepower of this fully armed and operational battle station. Fire at will, Commander.
Blast came from the Death Star. That thing's operational.
Could not have said it better myself, Lando. That thing is indeed operational. Folks, thank you so much for sticking around to the end of this video. I love the fact that I have air conditioning in the shop. This has been something that I have been talking about doing for years. If you've been following along with my transformation of this old garage into a viable workshop, then you will understand the how much of a sentiment this actually means to actually get to this point where I can be standing underneath a functional air conditioning unit here in the workshop. It's just huge, and if my grandfather could be seeing this, he would be just beside himself with excitement. If my grandmother could be seeing it, she would be passed out on the floor from cussing up a storm at the cost of such a... Well, anyway, that's what grandmothers do. So yeah, that's going to do it for this. I still have a lot to learn about everything that this thing can do. The book for the remote, yes, the remote has its own book, and it's just going to be a lot to learn. I still have to be able to figure out how to hook it up to Wi-Fi and be able to connect it to my Alexa and be able to control it through, various different things. There's a lot that this thing can do as far as functionality and stuff other than just blowing cold air, and I'm really looking forward to figuring it out. This actually is just going to be part one of a series of climate controlling the shop. I still need to put insulation in the garage door. I still need to put a insulation and heat control mechanism this window, because I can feel the heat radiating off of that window up there. I'm also going to be building some type of housing for the line set on the outside. I've got the covering that Mr. Cool makes to cover the line set, and I've got to figure something out to wrangle that mess that's out there and just see what it is. So if you want to see how I tackle all of that, make sure that you are subscribed so that you don't miss anything coming up in the future. That's going to do it for this video, folks. I got something fun for you to watch right up here. If you want to subscribe, you can click here. If you want to hop over and get some merch, you can click right over here. Anyway, there's stuff to click all over the place. Make sure that you stick around for it. In the meantime, I'm going to get to work on the next project. You folks, stay motivated, stay inspired, and stay safe. I'm going to stay cool, and we'll see you next time.